All right. 4-minute mission challenge, part 2. I'm going to go back to the down the drain mission that I made earlier. Take Athenia in, my Amazon character I've been playing around with. And we made something functional very quickly before. Now we're going to make something nice, you know, with a bit of story to it, kind of. I'll just show you ways you can dress this up. So something we could do to start with is this ambush here. We can put some dialogue in there. So all of these sections are collapsible, where you've got the headers. You've got little buttons there. And the start speaker, you can have a line of dialogue that's thrown out at the start and end of every quest. So it would make sense that when we start this one, which is the beginning of the mission, one of the Havoc grunts sees, "What's that jerk doing in our base? In our base. Get him." Nice bit of gender-neutral dialogue there, because the player may be male, female, or other. And end speaker, we could have the player say something. Player says, "So much for the welcome wagon." Player dialogue's always a little bit weird because you don't really know who the player's going to be playing as, unless you've set your campaign up to be that way. But now we've got some dialogue at the start and end there. So if we reset and close, you can see we've got some dialogue now. "What's that jerk doing in our base? Get him." And I now have to defeat these people to get the player to say some dialogue. Now I'm going to have a bit of a hard time doing that because I keep getting stunned by that shuriken. So what I can do is I can just press the blue arrow here. "So much for the welcome wagon," and that auto-completes a quest. And it'll do whatever the quest was meant to do, use objects, set enough other triggers, it'll kill people on a defeat quest, defeat them rather. So that's a very useful kind of debug tool. And, you know, we could then go to rescue Katydid. Let's see, when we get that mission straight away, so we don't really want to have some start dialogue there. And that's in this quest here. So I'll just collapse all this again and get to the dialogue. When we end, it might make sense to have a character. And you can click on the portrait here to bring up this list of everyone. You do get everyone here, all the hidden characters and everything. So I'll have Katydid says something, and she could say, "I had them on the ropes there. Did you see?" Not really giving you credit for rescuing her, kind of. So yeah, we can head over there, defeat this dude here. We can press the button again. "I had them on the ropes there, did you see?" And Katie's going to do a dance, almost certainly, for one of her powers. There. Yeah, so we can put in dialogue like that. Now I'm just going to reset quickly and show you something very cool that I've got fixed up and working for this 10th of July branch. So we start up over here. "What's that jerk doing in our base? Get him." And pretty soon I'm going to be stunned. It's possible to tweak the gameplay, to tweak the characters while you're playing a mission. If you want to change the play, select Team 1 and you can press the big pink edit button there. For NPCs, they all have a little kill character button on the right of their health bar and a little edit character button there. So we can go and edit the Havoc grunts, find their shuriken, and we've got the same, you know, character editor that we have in the front end here. Find that 100% chance of stun and literally dial it down to maybe 20%. And save. And save. And we will now find, when we go close, to get back into the game, that I'm getting much less stunned. Alright, I've got 3 lieutenants this time. Sometimes their shuriken will stun me. Let's get them to do that. Throw a couple at me there. Boom. I've got a shield that does knockback when I activate it there. And I've got a couple more shuriken there. Got this other power, Divine Intervention, that gives me a boost for every enemy nearby. Okay, So much for the welcome wagon. Maybe these guys, a bit of rough nerve mesh there, will stun me. Oh, there you go, 20% chance of stun from that man there. I'm just going to run over here, use my golden lasso quickly to drag him close, and then, boom, once he's held, you do a big charge punch on him. Okay. Had them on the ropes there, did you see? So yeah, we've got some dialogue coming in now. You can get sort of the characters talking to each other through the quests. Now, let's see, we've now got to go and defeat Dr. Braindrain, haven't we? So let's go and do a little bit of work over there. First off, I'm going to drop a door in here, so we can't get in there until it's time for that quest. Now this door is not fitting perfectly, so we can basically go to the snap to grid settings here and take it down to a finer number. And there we go. That. And we'll restore that back to 1 square. Snap to grid. That's got a little info panel above it there, and we'll put a computer here, an interactable that's going to open the door. So it's like a little laptop on a table, the ones we've got here. So we can just hook these together. When I use the computer, it will open the door. And we can have a quest associated with that if we like. We could go use quest, which is going to have a single object, which will be the computer. We hook them together there. And this one says hack the computer, open the security door, you know, to Dr. Braindrain's base. He's there and behind us. So we could then activate this quest. This quest, like we did before, we could say this is going to be hidden, and when we let's collapse this, move this out of the way of Katie. When we complete that, we unlock the use quest. So when we rescue Katie, we'll get the 2 quests: defeat Dr. Braindrain and open the security door, which we have to do. Now, wouldn't it be cool to have a cinematic cutscene? So we'll just fly the camera over to here, and I'm going to place, and go to the templates, and use the cutscene templates here. This is all covered in detail in another video in the user guide series. But I'll just do a quick one here, where we'll just call it Dr. CS for cutscene. There we go. Select that. And we'll say there are going to be 2 steps there. It's going to be cinematic, and we'll build it. And it creates all these things for us here, which are handy. So we'll do the dialogue first. We'll have Dr. Braindrain speaks. Apologies to Dayturner for mischaracterizing his characters here. And K for Katie did. There we go. So the doctor will say, I have to do everything myself, you mental midgets. Showing the love for his henchmen there. And we'll maybe make that one last about 8 seconds. Yeah. And Katie will reply, who are you calling a midget? Because she's got size powers. So that dialogue will happen in 2 steps in the cutscene. He'll say that for 8 seconds, she'll say that. And then we want to go to these cameras here, so we can select the Doctor cutscene camera. Now this is going to kick off when the player's going to be at the computer there. So that's probably a good place to start. We can just go save start. Then we fly the camera through the door to where the, whoops, back a bit to where the Doctor is, get it positioned nicely, and go save end. And we can, we'll want to delay for 2 seconds, and then 2 seconds to do the pan, to do the move. And we can now test that. No? I don't think that start point saved it properly. Okay, so we want to, oops, just get the camera in the right place. About here, yeah. Save start. So we can view the end, we can view the start, and we can now test to, and it's going to go through the open door to the doctor. Nice. The second camera, we could do pan back, or we could just say the second camera is going to be over here with the characters, you know, as Katie did in the player. Maybe get a angle view like that. And we could have snap start and just go save start. Let's go, oops, snapped around a bit there. Let's go look at the door, save start, and then sort of pan over there. Save end. No delay. Maybe a 1 second delay, and a kind of 3 second pan. 2 second pan, because we're in a 5 second thing. So view start, view end, and we can test that one. It's going to pan over to the players and to Katie's dialogue there. Excellent. So the last thing we need to do is with this computer, when we use it, we're going to play this cutscene as well. So it'll open the door, we'll get the dialogue with the doctor, and then we'll go into the mission again, sort of. So at this point, I think we'll go save. We can actually test the entire cutscene at this point, I believe. If we select this thing, we're going to go test. Do I have to do everything myself, you mental midgets? Zoom in on the doctor. Who are you calling a midget? And there we go. Now, there's more detailed cutscene tutorials in the user guide thing, in the user guide series for you to have a good look at, where you can get the characters animating and all that sort of thing and using powers. But for now, we can go and test our storyline-rich improved mission. Oh, got stunned a little bit. Not to worry, Bam. I'll put these guys down. I think I gave myself a spin kick as well recently, which is kind of cool. Healed again. Yeah. If you get bored, remember, just defeat the Havoc ambush like that when you test it. So much for the welcome wagon. We now got the mission to defeat Katie, rescue Katie did rather, by beating this guy up. I had him on the ropes, there did you see. And we've now got 2 missions to open the security door and defeat Brain Drain and his minions. So we'll head on over there, the red arrow is guiding us. And let's go to open the security door. Hopefully Katie's following. And we get a single command there to hack this door. Do I have to do everything myself, you mental midgets? You call it a midget. Is she here yet? Is she shrunk? Is she grown? We don't know. Possibly got stuck at a door. I've noticed. There she is. Yeah. Right, and now we have to defeat Brain Drain and his minions. And, yeah, in the interests of brevity, we will say that I've done that. And we've completed all goals there. Now, of course, it would be nice to put in an end cutscene. It would be nice to put in a beginning cutscene. I'll leave all that to you. But yeah, there's a few little extra tools there. One of the things I'll show you before I leave. Go into edit mode, team 1. Select team 1 is where the player gets spawned. You can go edit here, and you can give yourself some new powers. Or modify your existing powers. Like I could take this leg sweep here, and just crank up the damage. Go save, and now Gotta go close, and now my leg sweep's much more powerful. You know what I could do? Something I'm quickly going to do. I'm going to go to my Force Aegis, my shield power. I'm going to go into the advanced options. Now I've got the Force Aegis as a damage shield. I'm going to add another status effect to it, which I'm going to call Stun Proof. No. Add another status effect to it. It's going to be a buff. General buff. And we can edit that, and I can make myself stun proof. So we can go buff settings, stat modifier, stun, -100. There, that means I need to get stunned twice in order to actually get experience getting stunned. So if I go in here again now and activate my shield. Oh, I got stunned before I could do it. Activate my shield. You can see that I've now got general buff -100 stun, and I'm not going to get stunned anymore. Yep. So yeah, there's tweaking characters in the editor, in the mission. There's a much better way to sort of figure out their powers and yours as well, and get ones that feel good, and also put in dialogue and cutscenes in as easy a way as possible.